guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariam and welcome back to Healthy Habits. Today's episode it's going to be about why it's important to show up for yourself, because if not, nobody will. And I know that we hear this phrase often, but it's so meaningful and so powerful that I wanted to do an episode on this. Most of the time we wait someone to save us, whether it's literally or not, but we are waiting someone to save us. We are waiting for something that we don't even know most of the time. We are waiting that someone else is going to change our lives. If we meet that significant other, or if we have that dream job, we hit that amount of money, then we will show up more for ourselves, and then we'll have more motivation, and then we'll have more urge to win it in this life. And it's not the case. If you don't show up for yourself, who else is gonna show up? If you don't take your own hand and walk through your journey, nobody will. Everyone is concerned with their own lives. You are your own main character of your life. Not anyone else, not your family members, not your friends, not your significant other. You are your own life. And I know that it's hard to imagine, because sometimes we are so mentally drained, so mentally exhausted, and physically. We are not feeling joy, we are not feeling happiness, and it's hard to show up for ourselves, right? When we don't feel like it, when we don't feel like even sometimes waking up. I know that unfortunately some of you can relate to that. And I know it's hard to show up. You don't even feel like getting up that day, and how you can imagine of showing up for yourself. That's why it's important to have healthy habits throughout your day-to-day life, not just when you're sad, when you're anxious, when you're depressed, but every single day. So whenever those situations, that hard time comes when you don't want to get up of your bed, you do it anyway. You know why? Because you have the habit. You have the discipline to get up no matter what, whether you're feeling sad, anxious, depressed, unfulfilled, you do it. Because you are not just living with your emotions. You are not just listening to your emotions and hearing your emotions. You are acting because you have it already in your habits. The best moment of creating habits, it's when you're uncomfortable, because when you're comfortable, when you're joyful, when you're happy, you don't think that, oh, what can I do to not become better, but you don't necessarily think, what can I do today to feel motivated, to more discipline, because you're happy. The emotion of happiness, it's enough for that day, for that week, to fulfill you. But when it goes down or when it disappears, where else you have yourself alone? I don't know why people tend to think that we need to be happy, joyful every single day on this planet Earth, when so many things are happening. We are not supposed to feel happy every single day of our lives. What about other emotions that are natural to humans? Throughout our days, weeks, months, years, we'll have so many emotions other than happiness, other than joyfulness. It's up to us how we react, how we act once we have those emotions, because we're gonna have it. Unfortunately, sometimes we're gonna feel sad, we're gonna feel angry, we're gonna feel depressed, we're gonna feel anxious. It's human and it's normal. It maybe because of social media, I don't know, people think that you always need to be happy. You always need to feel that emotion. Don't get me wrong. I know it's great. I know. I wish it was like that. I wish that we felt only that emotion. But what about other emotions? Stress, yes, it's not good, but it can literally save lives as well. It depends how you see life, how you see your own reality, and how you make things happen for you, not to you. That's why nobody's coming. You need to be there for yourself. When you're feeling sad, when you're feeling anxious, analyze why. Why certain scenarios, certain situations can make you angry? Why? And what do you do once it happens? Do you go for a walk? Do you need to be alone? Do you need to be, analyzing your thoughts? Do you need to journaling? Do you need to praying? Do you need to meditate? What do you need to do? Because once you know yourself in every possible situations, how you act, how you react, it becomes easier to, once that situation comes in your life, what the emotion comes in your life, to realize, oh yeah, now I am angry, so I need to be alone. Or now I'm sad, so I need to do this. Emotions, we need to live with it and not to avoid it. That's the conclusion that I came, honestly, for me. It's like sometimes it's when we're feeling sad, stressed, anxious, we want to push it and to not feel it, but we forget that it's natural. We need to try to find ways to live with it, not by feeling more sad, more anxious, more depressed, but what we can do, especially on the other days that we feel happy, joyful, what we can do, what habits we can create. So whenever we feel like that, we feel sad, we feel anxious, we feel depressed, what we can do so we don't go deeper and deeper toward that emotions every single day. That's why it's important to just be there for you. Pay attention how you talk to yourself when you are feeling some type of way. When we are happy, joyful, it's easy to talk to ourselves nicely because we are already happy. Everything goes, like we wanted. But when everything doesn't go how we want it, pay attention. How do you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself poorly? Do you tell to yourself, I knew it, you're not worth it, you're not capable of it, you're ugly, you're this, you're that? Or you tell yourself, like the episode that I did before, this didn't happen like I wanted yet. Once you put the yet after each thing, not after each thing, but after each situation that it didn't go as you planned, you'll see a switch of how you talk to yourself. When you tell yourself it didn't happen yet, it's like, oh, I'm worth it. It's not like I'm not worth it. It's just at this point in my life, at this moment in my life, it didn't happen yet. You see the difference? Because when you talk to yourself poorly, you feel like you are not enough to take your own hand and upgrade you and keep you up. That's why it's important to talk to yourself nicely. When you talk to yourself poorly, you are always waiting for other people's validation, for other people's to other people to tell you how beautiful, how handsome you are, how capable of you are, how strong you are. But if you don't believe yourself, it doesn't matter what other people tell you. Maybe in that moment you will feel like, oh my God, this person told me I am worth it. That moment, maybe you'll feel like some sort of joy, but after the second, the minute, the hour goes by, you'll forget it, that feeling, because you don't think of yourself that way. Again, I know it's easier said than done, that nobody's coming to save you. But right now, at this moment, if you take the right choices, the right actions, the right habits, the right path, it will be easier to be there for yourself, to understand your feelings, to analyze your feelings so you can be there for yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself, how do you want to be there for you? How do you want to be there for yourself? That's why it's important to sometimes be alone with your own thoughts, to analyze, what am I feeling? What I'm grateful for? What matters right now in my life? Not in 5 years, not in 10 years, right now, what it matters. And also the past. It's like every day we have almost the same thoughts. You would be surprised how many times we think about our past. You would be surprised how many times the things that happened to us, not for us, the things that made us feel some sort of, some type of way, whether it's a good emotion, bad emotions, we forget that it's in the past. Yes, the past is important, it shapes us, and the future also, we need to know where we are going, but the present, we tend to forget about the present. We always think where we're gonna go this weekend, what we're gonna eat after, what we're gonna do after, what we are gonna do next month, next week, next vacation, next house, next car, next financial goal. What about now? What do you want right now? Right now, I want to be more grateful. Right now, I want to feel more calm. Right now, I want to feel more peace because I know that those emotions will impact my future. And also my past, because whatever happened in my past, by being more grateful in the present, by being more calm, by being more disciplined, it will help me to not feel the emotions anymore that I felt in the past. Not 100%, of course, but it will help. What are you doing right now so it can be helpful for you? And I'm not just talking about habits or whatever, just your thoughts, your thinking, your actions, also, of course, also. That's why I'm a huge on working out, because if I don't weight lifts, especially, it depends of each person, I feel like, but if weights, I don't lift and I do other things like walking, running, other things, I feel it. I am at that point in my life that I feel it. Like I get more anxious, there's something wrong, not wrong, but I can feel that something is missing in my life. And that's why I'm big on that, because you won't know until you've worked out the benefits of it. I know that we hear always, but you don't know, until you feel it in your body, in your brain, in your mind. It's crazy what it does. Besides the physical and the health aspect, it's crazy. It helps us to keep going, keep moving, and also being there for us. Because whether it's a workout, eating healthy, going for that walk, trying a new journey that you always wanted, new chapter that you always want, it shows to yourself that you care about yourself. If you didn't care, you wouldn't do those things. If you didn't care, you wouldn't go for a walk, go for a run, work out, eat healthy. You wouldn't do those things. So by doing that, it proves to yourself that you matter, that you are worth it, and that you are capable of doing everything that you put your mind into it. The only person that can save you, it's you. From whatever it is, it's yourself. Don't wait for others. Others, they are busy about their lives, and that's okay, and that's normal. You need to think about yourself, and I don't mean this the selfish way. Of course, we need to care about others, but number one priority, it's you, because if you don't care for yourself, you won't care for others. If you already have kids, or if you want to have kids, do you want them to have healthy parents? Do you want set the good example of them also being healthy and continue seeing the habits that you have by working out, so they can also work out and they also can have those healthy habits? Do you want that for your kids? Do you want to play and be there in their life for a long term? Do you want to see your grandchildren, your grandchildren? If the answer is yes, you need to work right now before it's too late. Don't wait. You need to act right now. I hope this episode helped you to maybe see the same phrase that we see always in a different way, in a different perspective, and I try to explain it in more depth. I hope this helped. And I know that sometimes, trust me, it's easier said than done, that nobody's going to save you, because sometimes in our lives we're in that place that most of us, that it's hard even to think what you're going to do in the next hour or tomorrow. That's why it's important to never give up. for just one more day. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave and ring the bell so you don't miss any other healthy habits. Thank you again. I appreciate you. And I'll see you soon.